afternoon, Sanjhe Vichar viewers. My name is Mirza, and right now I'm standing in Play Point, Blackdown. We are celebrating the first year anniversary here, and I would just like to introduce myself, Mirza, not out, and my good friend
Irfan Hashmi from Adelaide.
From Adelaide. And we are here talking to Sanjhe Vichar viewers, and Paji have given me the mic to just talk to you. So this is a little bit of my collection that I'm displaying here today. So why we are doing this collection and where this all started, I'll just tell you a small story. Back in the days, I had a very good friend who was a South African truck driver, and he was not feeling well. He was having some issues with his health, and one day I found out from his wife that he actually passed away. This is going back in 2003-4, and I just knew him as a truck driver, but once he actually passed away, he left a cricket bat for me in his will. This is where it all started from. So he left me a South African signed cricket bat in his will. I'm not related to him in any way, shape or form, but he just, every now and then we meet up, we talk about cricket, discuss the game, and he left a cricket bat in his will for me, which I had to go pick it up.
Mirza, you have very nice collection. We are standing next to Shane Warne, the legend of spin bowling. So tell us about what you got here today.
If I'm right, Shane Warne was actually very close to my heart. We were good friends. We used to talk on and off. And this item here, this stumps, which is from, if I remember correctly, 2015 Ashes, or 2012 Ashes, when they were sponsored by the 3 Mobile. And this is the wickets. The wickets, they were used in the SCG. So this is the wickets. They came from the Sydney Cricket Ground. And on the bottom here, if you zoom in here, if you can see it, it's a full signature signed by Shane Warne. Complete. This one here is one of my favorite bats because it's GM, and the same bat was used by Steve Waugh. Not Steve Waugh played bat, but this same brand was used by Steve Waugh and is signed by Steve Waugh. And Steve Waugh is my favorite Australian captain by far. This one here is a signed match-worn jersey by Joe Root. I have been a Sydney Thunder fan for last 15 years, and I have supported them and I have followed them. And this jersey was given to me by Joe Root, and it's signed by him. So I got it framed and added to my collection. This jersey here don't need any introduction by the great man. It's a training jersey, match worn, training worn by Sachin, signed by him. Best wishes, Sachin, the great man.
And you know, South Africa is always a competitive team, and this is the 1999 7th Test jersey signed by all team players who visited Australia during that season.
There's all the sweat marks here.
Yes. It's a witness that it is a used Test jersey from that time. During that time, there was no players' numbers written on these jerseys, so that's the difference as compared with the other jerseys we're going to see today.
This one here is one of my favorite jerseys because it's worn by West Indies in 96-97 Australian tour. Brent Lara, Courtney Walsh, Clive Lloyd, all the big bullies of cricket when they came to Australia, and I think they beat Australia. Do you think they beat Australia?
What was the time?
This was 96-97.
Yes.
Australia tour.
Yes.
So that time West Indies was unbeaten.
That's right. Because after that time, the Steve Waugh era started.
After that time, Steve Waugh era started.
And West Indies got
So
knocked
that
out
was
after
probably the last time. That was probably the last time West Indies came here and thrashed Australia. So this is their worn and signed jersey by the whole team. This one here is probably the most darkest day in cricket history. This young man at the age of 24, he got hit in the head by a cricket ball and he died. And this bat is signed by Philip Hughes, who had a very bright future in cricket. He would have been the future of cricket for Australia. Sadly, his life was taken away from him at the age of 24.
At the SCG. And you know that this bat is very rare because he hasn't signed many bats. So when I see this bat, the full-size bat, I was like, wow, where you got this from? Because we can't see these kind of bats anywhere.
Normally, only cricketers like Steve Waugh, Ricky Ponting, Rahul Dravid, big, when you get to a certain level, then you sign the full-size bat. He signed this bat when he was not full of use, but eventually he made it big, and sadly he passed away at the age of 24, and he died doing what he loved, playing cricket, at our home ground, SCG. This is actually my coffee table. So this is my coffee table. Me, family, friends, we sit around it, we have coffee, enjoy samosa. And this is a very special coffee table because there's a cricket bat, you can see it inside this glass cabinet. And it's signed by Mark Taylor and Don Bradman. And the history of this bat is Don Bradman scored 334 runs in a test innings, and Mark Taylor scored 334 runs in a test innings. And both of these guys are on this bat. It's a used bat from probably 1929, 1930 era, and this is a used bat from that time. We've got Don Bradman, Mark Taylor signature on it.
Expensive bat, sir.
Very valuable piece.
Standing next to world top 10 run makers. This is the time was 1999 when these batsmen were crowned as conqueror, and you can see some of the batsmen which are still favored by the youngsters like Viv Richards, Sunil Kaji on the top, and then legend from Javed from Pakistan, Javed Yadad, and Gary Sobers. And you can see some Australian and some English fellows like Gary Booge, and you can see David Dollar is here as well. So this is one of the bats which probably one of the rarest item that has been made so far from that era, and I have not seen anything like this where they have captured all those highest run makers, isn't it?
Absolutely. Jersey here is for my favorite Australian cricketer, Adam Gilchrist. We spent a lot of time together at Perth. This jersey was worn by him in 2003, South African tour, and this is match won by Adam Gilchrist, signed by the whole team. One of the oldest frames that I own because you can see it's a very heavy and old frame, very antique frame. One of my favorites.
And the history behind this jersey would be, this is the time when they won the World Cup, isn't it?
They won the World Cup.
And they played two giants of that time, India versus Australia, played in the final. And there was a war between Sachin Tendulkar and McGrath, and McGrath won, that's why India lost the game.
True. Sydney Thunder signed jersey, and it's signed by all the legends they have played for Sydney Thunder at some point. We got Joe Root, we got Jack Ellis, we got Mike Hussey, we got
Jack Ellis, was it?
Jack Ellis, all of them. So this is a match-winning, Big Bash League winning team.
We are standing next to Australian Test spin bowler Stuart McGill. This is a used his Test jersey and signed by him from the time when Australia hosting India and Sri Lanka at the same time back in 2007 and 2008. Okay, we are standing next to this ODI jersey from Team Australia and signed by all Team Australia, Captain Ricky Ponting, including his teammates. Thank you. We have standing next to Kumar Sangakkara's signature bat, the whole full-size bat, which is one of the very rare item. We normally see mini bats, but this is a full-size bat. Thank you. Sergi, we are standing next to one of his kind bat, which is signed by some of the top players from 80s, including Richie Binu, including Gary Sobers, and including great Imran Khan.
Ravi Shastri,
Richard Hadley, and so many names are here from that time. Cricket bat signed by the teammates from Don Bradman, and this is the team which actually came back without losing a single match in the series, and the series is famous because there was no match the team lost. They win all the county matches, all the test matches lead by Bradman. That's why they call Invincible. This series is called Invincible Series, and these are the key players who take the participate in that series, lead by Don Bradman. We are standing next to another champion of cricket bat, which are signed by those legendary players who dominated the era of 80s. You can see the first one is Viv Richards and Sri Lankan batsman Guru Sanjhe and Greg Chappell And yes, so they are these are the names which actually ruled the cricket at that time. So we are very happy to see them. Thank you.
Everybody, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to speak to you, to speak to your audience, to speak to your team. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is my small addiction that I shared with you. And my name is Mirza, social media, Mirza Not Out. You can find me on Instagram, message me, call me, let's get in touch, let's discuss cricket.
Thank you very much for having us today in Sydney on this anniversary of this beautiful place. And this collection has added the flavor. Hopefully we'll see it again next year.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
햇살이 너무 좋았어 그냥 모두 좋았어 널 만나서 모든 게 다 잠에서 깨어나서
For all types of criminal law, family law, immigration law, conveyancing, and employment matters, please contact Tarandeep Singh on 0470 412 600.
Hi, my name is Liana. I'm a model and a law student at UTS, and I love to support local businesses in the area that really help people around. So if you need any help with your house, please call PLU Renovations and Handyman and call Mr. Manu for the best service possible.